Hi, so I've decided to do another video because things have changed since the last time. I started pulling again recently, over the last, I guess, week or so. It started off with a couple and then more and then more and then more. And yeah, the other day, you can see that patch there. And then today, oh my gosh, it was just wild at work. And I'm working from home, so I didn't have anyone like watching me to, you kind of control it a bit more when there's people around. I didn't have that, so I really went to town. I don't know how well you can see it, but you can see where the blonde isn't anyway there. And there's a patch there, and I'm pretty sure you can see it from the back. Despite my hair covering some of it, you'll still be able to see it. So then I was reminded, I've not been keeping up with journaling. I've not been keeping up with videos. I've been on Reddit and YouTube a little bit, but not as much as I should, because that really helps me maintain my non-pulling, and I've not been doing that as much recently. And I was also reminded that I was doing the videos, and I did the last video not because the going was good, but because the going can be really, really tough. It can be really bad. That's why I did the videos, because I want to, I know how bad it can be, and I wanted to show other people that they're not alone. So yeah, I was reminded of that today. So I'm like, yes, today has been the worst day since I stopped pulling at the end of December. Worst day by far. So I was like, yeah, I need to get onto this. The feeling of shame's all come back. Just being foolish. Not being foolish. I mean, feeling foolish. I'm worried that I'm going to ruin it after all this progress. I'm really worried that I'm just, this is it again. So I'm going to try and now to reclaim what I was doing when I managed to stop pulling at the end of December. Journaling more, videoing more, just having more of a community online with YouTube and trying to find, just chatting to other people as much as I can. So we'll see how that works. And also the technique that helped me stop pulling at the end of December was by creating space. When I was going to do it, I'd go down and do flutter kicks and Turkish get-ups and stuff like that, just to create the space and the mental space, because I was focusing on the exercise rather than whatever else was in my head. So I was doing that, and I stopped doing that. Now, it's not because I'm lazy, I still work out. It's in my work. I'm an engineer at a desk, a design engineer, and it's not as easy when my head is in calculations to drop down and do some flutter kicks, because I'm like, it took me 20 minutes to get my head in this calculation and have all the sources up and drawings up and all this kind of stuff and equations up. I don't want to drop down and do flutter kicks. Let me just carry on with this. I need to get this calculation done, kind of thing. So that's what stopped me. And yes, it's an excuse, I know. And I know I've wrote on a post-it note, when my partner reminded me, health comes first. Work comes second, and then actually I'm like, work comes after family and friends and all that other stuff. But I've had to put that on a post-it note on my desk now to remind me, sort the calculation, your health, your mental health. Even if pulling isn't directly affecting mental health at that time, I feel like crap for the rest of the day, having pulled so much. And feeling the shame and feeling down about it all, not good about myself. So yes, health does come first. Remember that. I think what helped me when I first came back to work after the Christmas period was scheduling, because I may have mentioned before that my pulling is worse when I have loads of stuff going on in my head and trying to figure out which one to do first or which order I'm going to do things or trying to make a decision. So what helped me when I first came back to work was like writing out what I'm going to do for the day, task by task, realistically, so I can fit it all in. I'm not freaking out about my workload. But over the last couple of weeks, my workload has just, it's gone crazy. And I've been pulled in all kinds of directions and things going around in my head that I've not written down. And yeah, I think that's what's made the pulling a lot worse. Because as much as I write lists, there's still heaps more up here. So I think I'm going to have to write more detailed lists. So, you know, my one task, rather than it being calculate this, it's going to be, get that resource up, check that source, then check what you did last time for a similar situation, then check this latest guidance, and then, you know, design the spreadsheet or whatever it is, and then draw a plan. So I'm going to have to, put it out in more detailed steps, I think, because even that whirling around my head, the order in which I do things is, well, it's clearly not good for me. It's clearly inducing some kind of anxiety. So that's my action plan going forward. I'm going to go into the office tomorrow just so I get a break from pulling, because I don't tend to pull when there's people right next to me. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to remember health comes first. I'll maybe write it on a bigger post-it, or I won't write it on the wall, but something a lot bigger, because when you're deeply focused, it is hard to remember. And then afterwards you're like, oh shit. It's knowing it at the time and doing something about it at the time, creating that space. So yeah, that's where I am. It's hard. I'm really hoping it doesn't get worse, please. I really don't want it to get worse after I've done so well. On the plus side, look at this day, I went and got my hair dyed. And I've got roots, so that's good. My hair's all growing through, except one patch there that I've had for quite some time. That has not grown back at all, and I've not touched that since December. But anyway, so loads of really long roots now, which is not attractive. Going to cost me more money to get sorted out. But yeah, on the plus side, it's growing, so that's something. I just hope that I can get to grips with this, keep on it myself every single day, journal, write down my schedule, write down my tasks that I've got to do, and then cross every step off. Keep my fidget toys close by. I do always use my left hand. It's bizarre. Even when I'm pulling on the right side, I've never used my right hand. I'm always like this. I don't know. Keep my fidget toys nearby and just keep talking. Keep going on YouTube and the apps, and chatting with my partner, and just, you know, try and keep some momentum going and then not pulling, and then reevaluate. Don't leave it another 2 weeks for it to have gotten worse and then try and do something about it. I guess I'll have to reevaluate every night and think how it's gone and get myself some more motivation somehow. But I'm sending motivation to you as well. The best of luck with it all. I hope you're doing well, and if you've had a bad day, these things happen. They happen to us all. Don't beat yourself up over it. It's been your way of coping with whatever is going on in your mind, okay? It's been how your body and how your brain has been coping. We just need to figure out a way to either not put ourselves through so much stress and anxiety, or find other ways to deal with it. Good luck if you have any other ideas. I'm all ears. All right, take care.